Minnesota makes absolutely zero sense. We did this exact same video less than a week ago outside in 50-degree weather. We're now inside -7-degree weather, and we've got like 8 inches of snow outside. But this is supposed to be the budget version of modifying your Maverick. The last video that we made was on my lifted overland Maverick. Now this one is on my old Maverick that my girlfriend actually now owns. This is the lowered version of the Maverick.
Right, two completely opposite extremes of how to modify and enjoy a Maverick.
Yeah, now a lot of people would actually argue that this one looks better than my lifted one. I might not, I kind of agree.
We'll get into that in another video, right? Where we actually compare the two side by side.
They almost look better lowered than lifted, but yes, we're gonna do another video where we compare lowered versus lifted, which is the one to do. And yeah, let's get into how much it costs to modify this.
Hang on. Before we get into understanding the cost on how we got it to look like this, Daddy needs a pole barn. So let's make sure that's really clear. My name's Todd, this is my son Austin. We make all sorts of videos together about automotive content, right?
Yeah, we do.
Everything related to cars, we dive into.
You guys can't see it right now, but what the camera is currently sitting next to is my carbon fiber wide body C5 Corvette Z06 that the top half of the motor is torn apart on right now. So we got lots of videos coming in on that. We have all types of different Maverick stuff, so be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and check out our channel. Covering the costs to modify this entire Maverick, we're gonna go through and break down every single thing that we have done to it. Starting with the most expensive thing, as you can see if you look down, that would be the 20-inch sport tuning wheels wrapped around some Pirelli Scorpion winter tires. Those tires are about $1,000 for the set new, and those wheels about $869 for the set that you can find yourself on Tire Rack. Really great looking set of wheels on this Maverick. However, I do not recommend the Pirelli Scorpions on the front wheel drive hybrid for a winter tire. I'd stick to something more like a Blizzak. It does slip and slide a little bit here in the slippery state of Minnesota. So not the greatest winter tire here on the lowered hybrid. However, it gets the job done a lot better than the factory XL tires.
The only reason those wheels look so good on this Maverick XL is because this Maverick is lowered on Eibach lowering springs.
And if you guys are not confident with installing these lowering springs, check out the video up in the corner where we thoroughly go through how to properly install Eibach lowering springs on this Ford Maverick, and I highly recommend them.
$335 is all it takes to get those lowering springs at your doorstep. And let's move on. We'll start now from the front of the truck and work our way back. Last Fit has helped us out with putting and updating all the lights in this Maverick. You get a combo pack from them that will address all the lights they have to offer. That cost you $252.
Now, my favorite lights in these pack, in the XL specifically, are the running lights. So unlike the Lariat, like my other Maverick has, we don't have the really cool horseshoe running lights, but we actually have the center lights that are the running lights in the Maverick here. Now, Last Fit lights replace those with these white LED lights, but when you turn on your turn signal, they turn amber, and I just think they look killer.
They do look really good.
They look on the Maverick here, and also the updated LED lights just makes it look like a more high-end vehicle around the rest of the exterior.
Because this looks like a street tuning Maverick because it's lowered on big wheels, we had to put on some ST badges, and for $10 you can get not only the grille but also the tailgate badge.
And you get these cool little ST badge covers that we put on the top of all of the wheels to get rid of the chrome sport tuning design thing there. Now, I'm not trying to claim that this Maverick is a performance vehicle by any means. I just thought that it was a cool idea or a cool example of what could be a Maverick ST by installing these badges on here.
What's that? Look at that sticker on the hood. For $63, you can customize your Maverick's hood, and boy, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I actually really like the way that this sticker lays over the top of the hood. It was pretty easy to install, being very poor at installing stickers myself. So yeah, be sure to check out the link down in the description below for all of these products. But that sticker did add a lot to the contrast on this Maverick because it matches well with those wheels.
If you didn't happen to notice, behind those wheels are some mud flaps. So we did, for $30, put on mud flaps. Yeah, you might like them, you might not, but it is a way to personalize your Maverick.
At the time of putting them on, I hated them, but now that they're on here, I think they look really good. I'm actually a big fan. And what do you have behind that? Is that back to the tonneau cover?
No, you're getting way carried away, young man. Let's talk about the window tint that cost $140.
Yeah, so the Maverick features 23% tint from the factory, so 23 on the back window and 23 on both rear passenger windows. However, of course, they don't make 23% tint, so we brought it down to a shop that installed 20% up front, so they are slightly darker in front than the back, but you cannot tell that they almost look identical. Looks really, really good. So got some nice ceramic tint for 140 bucks up front.
We will bypass the interior. We'll move in there in a second because there are some goodies to personalize your Maverick in there as well. Austin did mention the tonneau cover, so let's go with that. It is a cheap but very functional, and heck, it's even pretty high quality. And for $140, you can have it.
I'm extremely happy with this tonneau cover, even after being on the Maverick for I think near 6 months now, and through a Minnesota winter. It looks great.
It's actually $160.
Yeah, well, it still looks really good. I'm a huge fan of this tonneau cover. Velcro holds on just fine. There's no creases or weird things going on with it. I like it. It's a really great tonneau cover.
Back where you're standing there, Austin, is the tailgate, and we have some things to talk about back there. We have a blackout badge for $20. We have some Maverick stickers that are back there, tailgate stickers for $60. And we also, if we were to open that tailgate, we have a tailgate strut in there for the low price of $24. It could be yours.
It is just so cool to me that the Maverick is at the price point that it's at, and we have a vehicle that gets 20 or 34, 35 miles to the gallon, and we have this bed. This thing's just so cool to me. I love these Mavericks. Now, my favorite modification on the interior of this Maverick is the New Village Innovations Wireless Carplay Adaptor. Now, what I love about New Village Innovations is that they're a veteran-owned company, and a portion of all of their profits actually go to a veteran charity. So that's pretty dang cool that they're willing to give away some of their profit to veteran charities in need. Super, super cool. Now, every time you get in this thing, you don't have to plug your phone in to use CarPlay. You can simply just get in, leave your phone in your pocket, and boom, Bluetooth up onto the screen is CarPlay by just simply plugging in this New Village Innovations adapter. It even comes with some 3M tape, so you can tuck it up and hide it under the back of the console and never even know that it's there. You don't have to worry about plugging your phone in every time. This thing is sweet, and you can get it for the price of right around $80.
That's the only tech feature. Everything else is personalization that we're going to share with you guys. Some important personalization, and I'll start with the steering wheel and the steering wheel cover. For $30, you can take what is Ford's factory OEM cheap steering wheel and make this an enjoyable experience in your hands.
My girlfriend that daily drives this and has driven my Maverick Lariat actually prefers that the way that the steering wheel cover on this XL feels over my leather Lariat steering wheel. And I must admit, I do prefer the thickness of this one as well. However, the heated function on my Lariat is quite nice.
Let's not forget this is a budget build, so we're going with some of the lower dollar amount items to get this Maverick looking sweet. So on the Lariat, we use the fancy WeatherTech floor liners. Here on the XL, for $110, we have that same great protection for our carpet.
We do, and this was a lot cheaper version of doing that. These are the cheapest mats that you can get for the Ford Maverick and Ford Maverick Hybrid. Just keep in mind, if you are watching this video, the Maverick and the Maverick Hybrid have two different floor mat liners. So if you're purchasing floor mats, just be aware the floor is different between these two vehicles. Your hybrid ones will not fit in your 2-liter. 2-liter will not fit in the hybrid, vice versa.
Just a few other small items on the Maverick. We have a phone holder, we have a cubby. The phone holder is a $10 mount, and the cubby is another $10. So just minimal things, but they do a great job of personalizing stuff in your Maverick.
I love these two modifications. Probably my favorite things that I've done.
The most important thing before we add up these numbers are know that we started with a $24,665 Maverick.
This is a 2023, just so if you're watching this and confused, this is before the 2024 price increase.
If you're using your calculator and staying up with all the prices we have rattled off through that video, it adds up to $3,203. So if you take the MSRP of the Maverick, you add the modifications that are done to it, you get a total cost of $27,868. Under 30 grand, you can have a 30+ mile per gallon pickup truck that looks incredible.
Yeah, this thing actually gets a lot of attention on the road. I absolutely love the way that this Maverick XL turned out. The ultimate daily driver at the ultimate price, the utility of a truck with the gas mileage of a Prius. This thing is amazing. I love everything about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the video here on Performance on Wheels. Like we mentioned earlier, we have all types of different Maverick videos, so be sure to check those out if you guys are interested. We look forward to seeing you guys in the future.